Welcome to another episode of Volume Therapy. This is my lovely co-host, Michael Larson. Say hello, Michael Larson.
Hey, how you doing? Hello, Michael Larson.
That's what you said. Tonight we are going to talk to you about a band called High Vis that I discovered actually last summer because I was going to Riot Fest in Chicago, and so I'm going down listening to all these bands. I didn't know who they were, and I came across High Vis, and I really liked them. I thought they were great. Saw them live; they were fantastic live, and we're going to get into their brand new albums called Guided Tour, or their latest album, I should say. It's not brand new. Guided Tour. I will start with my overall impression. My overall impression was, I was madly in love with the first record, not so madly in love with the second record. This one has the best elements of the first and the second record for me. I overall like this record.
This record is weird to me. So this is not a band I ever heard. He said, "Hey, let's do this band." And I went, "Ooh, something new." And it's, so like I put it on, and I'm listening, and I'm like, hey, this reminds me a little bit of Fugazi. It reminds me of The Cure. And then I'm like, it's U2, and it's got like a hardcore singer. And so it's a mixture of this sort of, would it be, I don't know what it's, they're from England, right?
Yeah. English band.
Okay. So it's sort of got that English sort of vibe, but it's definitely somebody in that band listened to U2's War album a lot when they were young. They do not copy them at all, but you can tell that guitarist plays like The Edge did on War. It's just in there.
It's in their DNA. And they apparently, if you read their bio, they came from that whole hardcore English hardcore scene. That's where they're from. So you were right on the money with that. Like so you hear that, and they've got two guitar players. So there's the one guy who plays all the big, heavy, chunky stuff. And then the other guy plays the more ethereal, flower kind of stuff. And I think that's what I like, that contrast. That's fun.
Yeah, I get that. And the driving bass rhythms and it's good rock drums. I mean, there's nothing fast or flashy or even extraordinary, but it's solid. It's just, it's like this. You listen to AC/DC, the drums are on the money every time. They're perfect, but they don't do anything fancy. And that's what this band was sort of like. But it's hit or miss, because I like them when they're heavier, but when they're more la la la, I'm like, well, okay, next. But I think if I was doing something like reading and I had this album playing, it's perfect soundtrack for the background of what I'm doing.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
Well, no, it sort of is, because it's okay. So I play music. I've been known to write a song. I don't know if any of them are good or if I just like them. But anyway, the music that I listen to when I'm reading has to be good enough musically to not have me get mad and throw the book at it, at the stereo. Shut up over there. Like and top 40 will do that. So this band has obviously something going on, because every time I put it on and listen, it was in the background. I started doing other stuff, and I'm just sort of vibing with it. And so I enjoyed it, but I don't know what he's singing about. I'm sure it's like,
something English.
There, people on the dole need more money for bread, and the Queen's bad, and I don't know, like, what do they sing about over there? But they're mad about something, and it's social reformation. I
think that's a lot of it. I think there's a lot of social commentary in their songs, which, oddly enough, me being a punk rock guy, I don't really like a lot of social commentary in my punk rock. I'm from the Ramones school. I just want fun and silliness. A little bit, okay. But this is an entire album of that gets old for me.
My thoughts are that almost everybody can find something wrong with something. Sure. So if all you're going to be doing is mad and yell, "This sucks, you're stupid, this sucks," like maybe that should be a punk song. That you don't offer any solutions. You don't offer any answers.
Thank you.
And so what does it do? I'm not saying that I don't understand the feeling. I mean, I live in America. It's 2025 and everybody's mad at everybody and everybody's corrupt and everybody's split and this person did this. And if you like this thing, then you're anti this. I got people that won't even respond to my freaking sending them messages because they think I'm on the other side of the political fence. And I'm not anywhere near as much as they think, but you know, I can't control stupid. So I don't even care. Sorry.
So my first initial thought of this record is I think they got the songs out of order. I think it should have started with Drop Me Out, that song number 2, because that song just...
Well, song number 2 is my favorite song on the album.
Me too. That song freaking rips.
Yeah, it's good. That's
the
fun.
title track is what they opened up with, and you don't have to... The title track doesn't have to be the first song on the album, but that's how they did it. And it's an okay song, but not like that second one, man. It opened that album with that second. That's my opinion. I would have opened it with that second song. It's called "Drop Me Out." It's the best song on the record, as far as I'm concerned. And
I think that they're overall too mellow to have that other song be the first one, because when you put out a heavy song first.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You're setting a precedence for the album that just is not going to happen. And I thought that my favorite songs were "Drop Me Out" and then "Mob DLA," and those are great tunes. Great tunes. Those. Yeah. But the song "Mind's a Lie" makes me angry every time I hear it.
That song was this. That's the single. I hate it. And I like this band. I don't like that song. And they said, I read a thing where they said they were trying to mix up some kind of English dance music thing that's going on over there right now that I don't know anything about. And they got her name's DJ something or other singing on it. She sings in the chorus or something. I don't remember now. Anyway, I just want to scrub that song off the record. I don't like it. The first
30 seconds with the weird loop that's going on annoyed me so bad that it's almost like I got stabbed right here in the head.
Yeah.
I was agree. Oh, stop that. I'm a rocker. I want to see a rock band. This band, I imagine, is great live. Well, they ain't going to be doing dance tunes live, are they? Because that's dumb.
I hope not. But even the chorus of "Mind's a Lie," you know, the "Mind's a Lie," I didn't like it. I mean, we're going right for the negative right now, so why not stay here at the negative, and maybe we can end up with the things we did like. But I think this record, right after "Mob DLA," which is my second favorite song on the record, it drops significantly in quality for me.
Yeah, they're just rock songs. So
they're not the songs that are going to stick in your head. Like you mentioned AC/DC, that's going to stick in my head. These songs are just kind of, but
Black Ice. Black Ice ain't going to stick in your head. That was a horrible.
Well, okay. You got a point.
Sorry. AC/DC fans are coming for me.
I know, man. We're going to get letters now.
Let There Be Rock was good. Okay. They got a good one. I'm just kidding. They got more than a good one. They got a few of them. But anyway, I think that these are rock songs. And this is not a hardcore band. And I think that going into it, I thought it was going to be more hardcore. The guy's voice comes off as hardcore, but it's not. They're a post-punk band doing rock songs.
I'd almost just call them alternative almost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like it's
because I heard Echo and the Bunnymen in there. I heard like you said, The Cure. There's even one song that I went, oh, that kind of sounds like The Cult. Like I could hear.
Oh, definitely. There's one song that sounds exactly like The Cult. I know. I was just listening to The Cult the other day, except for it didn't have the great Cult singer. It had this hardcore singer. You know, I don't. He's actually a pretty good singer. I can't. There's no bad notes on it. I mean, no, not at all. And this is. I've been saying this now for weeks. I'm like, that guy sounds profoundly English. I mean, he's profoundly British. Every note that comes out of the guy's mouth, you know, I can't even imitate him, but you know, I mean, he's he's eating sausage rolls and freaking fish and chips. I mean, guy, definitely, he sounds like.
I guarantee you, this guy is putting baked beans on toast for breakfast. Guarantee it.
Oh, the poor kids. let's all pray. God help the country get better flavor.
Right. We can send some spices of it. Guys, listen, see this? It's called salt. But I will say the album ends on a high note. My third favorite song, Gone Forever.
You like that song?
It's repetitive, and I normally don't like that, but there's just I don't like it lyrically, but there was something, you mentioned the word vibe earlier. There was something about the vibe of that song that I just found myself bopping to it, every time.
I don't listen to it much because that song before it, I shut off. So I turn like I'm doing stuff and enjoying it in the background until that one dance tune comes on, and then I just go, okay, we're done. Next, and then I would go listen to another album. At that point.
Right. For some reason, the song "Feeling Blessed" bothers me because it's like feeling blessed, not feeling blessed. I don't, unless I just don't get it. Which is,
I think it's a play on words and it's a play on the statement of feeling less.
Feeling less.
So I think it's a play on words. I think that the guy, and I don't know what the lyrics are to the song. Spotify only has lyrics on the first tune that I noticed, so I don't know what they're saying. But I think that they're talking about political freaking stuff in that song. I think that's my third favorite song. I think that's the one. Yeah,
really.
I think and but you got to understand a couple things about me. Since Spotify came about, if I was wearing a band shirt because I like them, I don't know 3 titles. I put the album on and I don't look at it because I got to have a magnifying glass to see even on my phone. Yeah. It's like, anyway, so overall, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 and say, I think if they took their strengths and beefed them up, they would be a great band. Maybe even have hits on the radio. You saw them live, right?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would change me. I think.
Yes. And so I'm going 6.5 on this. I'm giving them 0.5 more than you, which is odd because I thought we were going to be completely opposite of this. I think for the most part, we do agree on this record, which is really weird because I didn't think that was going to happen. But seeing him live, the heavy stuff was way heavier. His vocals were way more aggressive, but the ethereal stuff was more impacting because it really the stuff floating over the top of all the heavy stuff was it was just amazing. I wish they could capture that. But there's some bands, I've always tell people that if you've only heard the Ramones recorded, then you really haven't heard the Ramones, because the Ramones were a band you had to go see.
And I imagine the Ramones live was just fun.
Yeah, well, fun, and they sounded amazing, and they were tight, and it was just boom, boom. I mean, it was so good seeing them live, and I'm glad I got to see them live because, I mean, they're way heavier live than what they are on the record.
Yeah.
They come out and it's boom. But I wish they had that on the record because if they did,
I think that we are limited now by digital recordings because in the mastering they do away with all the dynamics.
Yeah,
you go listen to Black Sabbath's push the needle in. What's the song about heroin? The dynamics, Hand of Doom. The dynamics on that song are almost to where you have to turn it up all the way when you're driving down the highway in order to hear the mellow parts over the road sounds of your car, right? And then it comes in super heavy, and that we don't get anymore because they super squish it. I mean, like Metallica did it. One album, they mastered it so hard that it was distorted. The whole album was distorted.
Yeah. Terrible.
You're like, what's going on here? Right. So we don't have dynamics, and I bet you this band would, if they were recording on 2-inch tape with a variety of amps and had the time to spend on on dialing in the perfect ethereal sound.
We are looking at how to pronounce this word. How do you say it correctly? Ethereal. Ethereal.
For everything.
Right.
You would get that vibe. You would get
I
it
think so.
in every way. And
Because
I
the
don't,
things,
yeah,
the things they have going for them are, you mentioned it, the driving bass, big crunchy guitars, the ethereal stuff's a great contrast to what the other guitar players doing. And they've got that figured out, how to have two totally separate guitar things that come together and make this one epic thing. But for some reason, it never quite gets epic. But it's good. It's good. I'm not crapping on this album.
I actually think that I'm enriched for having heard it, and I'm encouraged that there are bands out there that are still doing fairly good music with rock and roll in it, because it seems like here in this land, rock and roll is going away, at least in the mainstream. And I think this band is actually popular over there. So
seems to be,
good for them. Good for them. And I read some reviews of their stuff and what people are saying. You know, I skim them quick, so I didn't want it to influence what I said. But it seems like they're getting a really good response from a lot of people saying this is really good. So I think people are starved for some rock and roll. And I mean, this reminded me of the only U2 album I like. It reminded me of War. And I think War by U2, like anytime anybody tries to crap on U2, I'm like, but they did the album War. And you telling me Sunday Bloody Sunday ain't the best jamming tune? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, it's great. And the guitar work on that is great. And that band, no wonder they went on to be a huge band. But sadly, they still haven't wrote what I'm looking for, which is War Part 2. Sorry, but so I would give High Vis again 6. I think it's good. I think people should check it out if you like post-punk hardcore with a touch of goth elements. If you ever listen to New Model Army, they don't sound like New Model Army at all. If you ever listen to U2's War album, if you ever listen to sort of that Manchester and that English sound, that sort of punk rock and post-punk bands, this is a band you probably already heard them. So make sure you add it to your playlist.
I think you nailed it, Mike. So I think I'm going to give it a 6.5. There it is. The High Vis guided tour. Go check it out. I want to know what you think. We're not going to be offended if you think that we're idiots for our opinions. We just want to hear your opinions. We almost called this podcast, opinionated jerk, because we are opinionated. We just gave you our opinion. Give us your opinion. High Vis guided tour. We're out. Deuces.
Yeah. And subscribe. Give us a like. Share it with some people. Tell your friends. Thank you for your support.